These are the faces of people who police say vandalized a church. So many of you are outraged about it, talking about it on the 11 Live Facebook page. More than 700 of you have shared our post about all the damage to a church in Gainesville. It's good that so many of you are sharing this, because the more people who see these faces in these pictures, the faster police will be able to catch them. The vandals caused about $500 worth of damage to video cameras at the Mission Catholica Church on Shallowford Road. One of them defiantly looking right into the camera, making an obscene gesture there. All the vandals look pretty young. Here's another one of the young men in a pretty recognizable hoodie. This is the young woman who was caught on video camera. All three of them don't even make an effort to avoid the cameras that they then cause damage to. The pictures are very clear. At least 2 men and a woman. Keep sharing these posts. If you recognize any of the people in the pictures, please call police.